welcome to Beers and Buckets, the podcast for degenerates like us that watch college basketball, drink beer. Some of us drink beer on this podcast. We have a special episode for you today. We are joined, like always, by Dowell. I'm Connor, by the way, if I didn't introduce myself. I'm Connor, joined by Dowell. We're joined by Bradley Smith of Bradley's Basketball Banner, Michael Beard. Also, I don't know what 50 other things that Michael does, but you know what? He does brackets, a bracketology guy. And then we have Matt Sak of the Courtside Connect podcast and Cats coverage. So it's a jam-packed episode tonight. We're not going to do a beer review because we got too much to get to, but here we go. I'm drinking a Sunfish by Sea Dog. So that's what I'm drinking, that and my Mickey's like always. So go ahead and try one of those when you get the chance. You ever come down to Florida, I'll buy you one. There you go. We have a jam-packed episode. Like I said, tonight we are going to do a fantasy basketball podcast. So let's just not waste any more time. Let's get into it. We haven't determined the order yet. So Dal, you want to take over and go ahead and do our order since you had the brilliant idea? He is not ready for me at all.
No. I'll do it, but it's like,
yeah, we're gonna do the order with the 100-yard dash on whatever that website is, and I looked at it. It was pretty fun. So he'll share his screen. We can track along in the video. Should be a good time. I highly recommend, if you're listening to the podcast version, to watch the video version of this episode on YouTube, because it's going to be worth it. Because you're going to be like, wow, I don't hear anything, because we're just going to be yelling at our screens the whole time. So,
Michael,
all right,
awesome.
Here we go. You guys go ahead and introduce yourselves.
As Sack Daddy.
Sack Daddy.
Thank you.
You guys, while we're doing this, go ahead and introduce yourselves and where we can find your work and everything like that, so we don't have to do that later on.
I am Sack Daddy at Matt Sak BBN on Twitter. Like Connor said, I write for Cats coverage. Check me out on Spaces Thursday nights. I'll be there with Bradley shooting the shit.
Yeah, I'm Bradley Smith. Like Matt said, Spaces every Thursday night. You can find me on Twitter at 270 Bradley Smith.
I am Michael Beard. You can find me on Twitter at allmikedup_, and I do bracketology and just talk about all kinds of things college basketball. I appear on a bunch of different podcasts. I'm starting all that back up, and open to all different guest appearances on different podcasts right now, and working on some other things that are just kind of unsettled at the moment, but we'll see about that, and I'm looking forward to this college basketball season.
Definitely. Real quick before he gets started, let me read this ad because we want money in our pockets. So as it's loading, there we go. Okay, NFL Sundays are only getting better, and so are the incredible offers at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. So check this out. Right now, everyone can earn up to 100% boost with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, place a same-game parlay, and combine multiple bets like which team will win, player props, and point totals. I would have not put money on Brady coming back tonight just because of the way they played all season, so I would have lost money tonight. But you know what? That's all it took for him finalizing divorce, and now he's back in the game and we're back to our winning ways. So shout out to Giselle. She's doing it for the team. With payouts bigger than ever, DraftKings Sportsbook is my go-to when betting on the NFL. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code THPN and place any $5 bet, pregame money line bet, to get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook app now, an official sports betting partner of the NFL with code THPN. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. All right, you ready to do this?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do this thing.
Oh, come on, Sack Daddy.
Go.
Oh, he's
go,
off.
Go.
Sack Daddy might be getting Oscar Sheboy. Oh, it's a wrap.
Oh, no.
This is
might be
ultimate
it.
podcast.
The funny thing is, I didn't even want to be
What is
first.
going on?
My guy's not
Oh,
running.
Oh, Bradley.
What is going on?
oh no! Why did he stop?
What are we doing?
What?
His OC must
Holy-
be Rich
Come
Scangarello.
on. I'm going to get the last
Oh no! I'm gonna be last place.
No,
Oh,
that's
man.
going to be definitely me. Wow.
I got third. Let's go.
Yes. Oh.
What is this?
Wow.
Oh my god! I should have rigged this for myself.
Okay. So the order
Let's go.
is Stack Daddy with the first pick, and then I got the second pick. It's Connor with an E, which I think I had the second pick last year as well. Bradley got the third pick, Dowell got the fourth pick, and Michael got the fifth pick. So we know our order now. We know our order. Are we ready to get started, gentlemen?
Who's writing this down and like organizing
I
it?
have it. I'm recording it on a Google sheet, so I've got us covered.
Perfect. Okay, and we're gonna snake, obviously. So let's get this thing started with
Yes,
the
sir.
number one pick,
Can you-
Sack
can you
Daddy. Who
describe
are
what
you
a snake
taking?
draft is?
Yeah,
All right,
snake
so
draft.
really quick, last year what we did, so we had that everyone's only allowed one Kentucky player to avoid voter bias, and we did 6 rounds, a starting 5 plus a 6th man, and you don't need to fill positions, but like if you have 6 point guards or 6 centers, you're able to be judged by it. Are we sticking with those rules?
Yes.
All right. So my draft plan, I was like, do you know what? There's a 20% chance I draft first, and there's an 80% chance I draft anywhere else. And I'm like, do you know what? If I'm not first, I'm not going center. I don't want to go center. College basketball is loaded with big men this year. But I'm an idiot if I don't take Oscar Tshiebwe first overall. National Player of the Year, could have been a first-round pick, came back because the Joe Crafts are rich. Oscar Tshiebwe, starting center, please get healthy. Easiest first overall pick of my life.
Awesome.
I thought you were about to say you weren't going to take Oscar Tshiebwe, and I was like, please, just not take Oscar Tshiebwe. But here we are. You took Oscar Tshiebwe, so I'm taking the actual preseason number one player overall, according to some people, and I'm taking Drew Timme from Gonzaga, the senior that returned, the white savior, Drew Timme.
Very nice. I think Timmy has averaged around 17, 18 points like the last 70 years. So, but I think this year he's gonna. I think this year he's gonna reach the 20 point per game mark. I just do. I think their offensive identity goes through him. Of course, you know, they've got a lot of other pieces, but Timmy's the identity of that team. Julian Strother's going to have a big year. Nolan Hickman's going to have a big year, but Timmy's going to really, really show out this year. Definitely first team All-American. That's an awesome pick in my opinion.
I think it's also important to remember that like it's not just about stats, but it's also about you're like trying to build a team.
Yeah.
But like Drew Timme, he kind of fills both. Like he's going to have stats, and he's a great cornerstone.
He's a great passer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bradley, who do you got?
All right. This is shaping up perfectly for me. This is exactly how I wanted it to go. I was kind of like Matt. I said there's a 20% chance I get the first pick, but I planned my team around not having Oscar. And I got kind of nervous with the second pick, but I'm so glad that you made that pick because I'm going with who I believe will be the leading scorer for Kentucky this season, Antonio Reeves.
Wow.
I thought Diego wasn't on the podcast.
Wow.
Hey, just wait and see what I'm doing. I'm getting nuts.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I don't dislike Reeves. I agree. I think he might lead the team in scoring, but I don't know that. I feel like that's a value you could get in the third or fourth round,
I was
Maybe.
going to say that
especially
he could have
because we
gotten
have the
there,
rule. You can only have one Kentucky player, so
Yeah.
you can't get anyone else.
Yeah, that's the Kentucky player that I wanted. So I said I've got to get him before anybody else
I
gets him.
respect that.
That's bold.
That.
Right, well, I'm up. You know who I'm not going is Armando Bacot because I hate that. I don't know. I realized that I made this big draft board thing, and it's a bunch of just like people that I'm excited about, but that shouldn't be the fourth pick in the draft. I'm gonna go. I'm between two freshmen here, but I think I'll go the person who I expect to have a bigger role on their team, and I'm gonna go Cam Whitmore at the 3 for me.
I love it.
Beautiful pick.
Nice.
I love Cam.
I was hoping I could get him in the second.
He's no
I
Antonio
love
James.
Cam Whitmore too.
Love Cam Whitmore. He just came off of just a little surgery. I think he'll be back in like a couple of weeks, but he's going to have a huge year for Villanova. He's not going to be like the prototypical freshman for Villanova that, you know, they have a lot to learn as far as the culture goes there. He's a guy that immediately feels a need for them. And he's going to show out. I absolutely love that pick. So I guess that leaves me up here with 2 back-to-back picks. Number 1, I'm going to go with Marcus Sasser out of Houston. I love Marcus Sasser. I don't love the point guard position all across college basketball. There's not really a lot of power there. So I'm going to go ahead and put him at my point guard, although I know he's not going to play point guard in the NBA. He's probably going to play a 2. But I love Marcus Sasser. I love what he brings to Houston. They're going to have a huge year, and love that pick. Number 2, oh, man, put the pressure on me. I'll go ahead and take my center, lock up my center position with Armando Bacot, even though Dowell hates him. I think he's going to have a really big year for North Carolina, and I'll go ahead and lock him into that position with my number 2 pick here in the second round.
It's a great value in the second round. Great value.
He's bad. Analysis. Back to me. I already got the Big East Player of the Year. I'm going to go ahead and lock up the Big 12 Player of the Year, and that is Mike Miles at the point guard position.
You're stealing my whole draft board. These are the guys I wanted when I picked Oscar.
Sorry, Matthew, with 1 T.
He would have been my number 2 overall pick. If I drafted second behind Oscar, that would be my pick.
Also, Mike, can we talk about, you just said the point guard position is bad this year in college basketball. The point guard position is dope this year in college basketball.
It's very mid. It's very mid. If I'm being honest.
I think he meant like there's no like star power. There's no John Wall. There's no.
And
I disagree there. Mike Miles is elite.
Mike Miles is good. Guys like Kendrick Davis are good. So I'm not going to give out a bunch of different ideas for everybody, but I feel like I could get a really good value at a point guard position later in the round. So this is how I'm gonna build my team. Love Marcus Sasser.
It's developing. What's developing is that what I hear is that you think Severe Wheeler is mid. So we're just gonna hound you for that.
Yeah,
you said
that's
all mid.
very accurate. Yeah, that's very accurate. Sorry for interrupting you there, but yes.
Somewhere Scott Clark is punching air. Listen to this.
Yeah, probably.
Let him punch it.
Probably so, but that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So that puts me on the clock, and I am building a 3-headed monster. Y'all just don't know the third head of that monster quite yet. I'm going crazy scoring. Nobody is going to outscore my team. I'm going with the best freshman in college basketball, Nick Smith, Arkansas.
Was not who I expected you to say.
Thanks for the layup there for me. I'm taking Keontae George, the better freshman than Nick Smith.
I was between the two. I ended up with Nick Smith, though.
It was the 2 I was between him and Cam Whitmore.
I'm not going to lie. y'all are ruining my draft board really, really, really badly right now. I'm not having a great time. I don't think this could have gone any worse. I mean, I still have Oscar, so I mean, I have that. But I was expecting to go guard heavy earlier, and then I went center, and all my favorite guards and wings just got taken. So here we are. And I can't even take Kaysen because Oscar's there. Damn. So I'm going to have to go to the board. I might have to get a little freaky here. Might have to get a little bit freaky here.
Get freaky.
As I do sometimes. See, I don't know which of these guys I want, though. I feel like I can go either way. Do you know what? I'm gonna grab point guard. This school seems to have an elite guard every year. I think they're gonna have 2 this year. I think this is a safer pick, but with my center being as good as it is, I'm fine with the safer pick. Give me Adam Flagler.
Love it.
I'll have him running my point. He's been around for a minute. He's going to, I think, really benefit from playing next to Keontae George. I would have rather have had Keontae, but can't be a beggar at this point. So,
you got another
pick.
pick.
Oh, I got another pick. All right, I'm beside 2 guys. So I have a guard, I have a center. I kind of want a glue guy in the middle that could kind of put it all together. I'm in between 2 guys. And again, this might be a little bit risky. I'm deciding between 2 triple J's right now. Give me Josiah Jordan-James of Tennessee. He had a great tournament last year, SEC tournament at least. He was breaking out. I think with just the way the roster's shaping out, he's going to have a really big role. That might be too early. I think that's a value I might get later. But
Oh, I know the other one. Okay.
what the hell? I'll take him now. What'd you say, Dowell?
I was trying to think of who the other Triple J would be.
Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Yeah. Give me.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
All right.
alert.
So I'm.
Is that a draft pick? You're up when
That
you
was
said
his
a name.
pick. That was
No,
his
no,
pick.
no,
Get
no.
it down.
Lock it in.
It still wouldn't be as bad as your pick, Bradley. Let's just put it at that. My pick here in the 3rd round
Wow.
is Tracy Jackson Davis, the probable Big Ten Player of the Year.
Awful pick.
Who are you going to play at your 4 and 5? What?
Known
matter,
small
score for
forward,
days.
Trace Jackson Davis.
He's
love
forward.
Wow.
The future is here.
The positionless basketball. Let's throw
Yes.
buzzwords out. Bradley, is that you now?
Bradley
Yes. I cannot believe that this guy has slipped to the 3rd round. I really cannot believe that y'all have allowed this to happen. I'm getting all 3 heads of my 3-headed monster, and y'all let it happen, okay? I'm getting my point guard. He shot 43% from 3 last year. Give me Nigel Pack.
Okay.
He's one at Miami, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even the best Miami guard.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
You know the meme with the 3 dragons, and there's the 2 serious dragons, and there's the dragon. It's like that's the bet. Dragon is all 3 of Bradley's heads of his 3-headed monster.
Okay, here's the thing.
I'm gonna say I'm not seeing the vision of 3 guards, none of which are actually a point guard, that all shoot way too much.
Okay, here's the thing. I know I'm not winning the Twitter vote. It's just not happening. You've got a combination of Matt Sak and Oscar Sheboy. That is an undefeatable thing to go up against. I'm shooting right now for when we put this into
Fake
the
news.
fantasy app and run it actually as a fantasy team. That's what I'm shooting for.
Hey, I'm here to win this crap. Matt Sak ain't winning shit, and I'm here to take the reins. But by the way, Dowell, what was your second pick? Because I must have been daydreaming over here and didn't get that down.
Mike Miles.
Mike Miles. Okay.
Don't remind me.
With my draft so far, Cam Whitmore, elite shooter at the 3. Mike Miles, best point guard in the Big 12, but isn't the greatest shooter. I'm going to pair him with a backcourt player that was one of the best shooters in college basketball. This also is a shout out to people that will be voting because there's a lot of people that like him, especially on Kentucky Twitter. And Baylor Shireman is going to be my 2 guard.
Okay.
Oh.
Baylor Shireman will have a big year as well as Creighton. They've got a loaded starting 5 to say the least with Ryan Nimhard. What's his name? Trey Alexander. Kaluma.
You don't have to keep
all
going.
those guys. But yeah, sorry. So I've got back-to-back picks here. I'm gonna continue with my my veteran versatility here and experience. Last year I went very freshman heavy, as a lot of you remember. But this year it looks like my identity is definitely going to be my veteranship. Give me the other Triple J and Jaime Jaquez Jr. I think he has a really big year with UCLA this year, and I'm going to play him at my 4. Really like that value.
We love this.
Yes.
Keep going.
Mike, I think you have 3 preseason first-team All-Americans.
Yes, I'm
so
pretty
far.
sure that I do. And I planned it this way.
We won't include that in the tweet.
But preseason don't mean shit. That's okay. But we're here to take over. So at my 2 guard, man, I'm gonna go with. Actually, I'm gonna throw a little wrench into it. I'm gonna move Marcus Sasser down to my 2 guard, and I'm gonna play Nolan Hickman at my point guard this year, and roll with that.
Solid pick.
Sure. I'm going to go ahead and snap up the Big Ten Player of the Year, and I'm going to get Hunter Dickinson.
He was just waiting for me to finish my pick. Obviously, my 4 and 5 were taken, but solid pick.
I would have picked him in before, but I knew that you had the big men.
Yeah, that was solid strategy.
That's three Power Conference Players of the Year that I have now.
Very nice.
Bradley seems shocked. What's going on, bud?
I can't believe that this is my life right now. I cannot believe that this is my life.
Dragons?
Because I am going to get the real Big Ten Player of the Year. As Matt Sak has said, my players are notorious chuckers. So we got to get somebody down there to get some rebounds. And who better
I hardly
than
know her.
7'4" Zach Edey?
Enjoy him playing 50% of the minutes. He's going to put in this game.
Zach Edey, the real Big Ten Player of the Year.
Bradley, I'm going to be up front. I don't like your team.
I don't care. I don't like you. No, I'm kidding. I love you. I'm sorry.
He averaged 19 minutes a game last year.
I don't care.
6th man better be another center.
Just wait.
Oh man.
Connor
Okay.
is up.
I'm torn between 2 people. But I'm gonna see if I can get both here. So I'm gonna go with Isaiah Wong from Miami, the better Miami guard.
Thank you for picking the actual correct Miami player.
Yep.
Wrong.
No, Wong.
Wrong.
You got the Wong guy.
No, I got Pat. You got Wong.
Nope.
That's a great
So
pick.
yeah, I'm
I'm
taking
sorry.
Wong.
Matthew, who you got?
I do not want any of these people. All of my picks are taken. I'm not having a good time. I think there's a top 10 player in college, maybe top 15 player in college basketball still sitting there, and I can't draft them because of stupid rules that I made up. Because if I had this player along with Oscar Tshiebwe, it would just be a wrap in terms of BBN voting. So I guess I have to find a different guard. I really wanted Isaiah Wong. That's unfortunate. I have the Wong
You want
draft
some
pick.
help?
No, it's fine. It's fine. We'll live. Again, I'm probably going to go off a lot of people's boards here, but I think this is a guard that's going to light it up. Big time transfer. I think he's in the Big East. I think he might get a good run at Big East Player of the Year. Do I want to take him yet? Yeah, what the hell? I'll take Tristan Newton.
Google's
I think-
Tristan Newton.
I believe he's at Georgetown. I should make sure before I put him on my team.
Yo, Georgetown, he might end up being very good. Georgetown is going to be horrendous this year.
Yep. Very bad.
Or is he on UConn? UConn. I'm sorry, UConn.
That's much better. Yeah,
Sorry, wrong. Used to be relevant.
Oh.
Big 12 school or Big East school.
he's the ECU transfer.
So I still need another guard. All of my guards that I wanted are gone because you guys are bullies.
There are so many wings left, Matt. There are so many wings. We have went like guard.
I don't like the wings. I don't like the wings. You know what? I'm gonna take a player that I think is gonna have a big breakout year playing next to Drew Timme. Give me Julian Strother.
That's a wing. There you go.
I don't hate my team. It was not exactly what I expected it to be at all.
Julian Strother could very well have an All-American year.
I think it's a lottery pick. Potential.
So this is the other person that I wanted to get. Thankfully, Sak already took his Kentucky player. I'm taking Cason Wallace as you can kind of float around. I mean, pairing him next to Isaiah Wong and Keontae George will be just fine with me. So give me the potential SEC Defensive Player of the Year. I'll take it. Cason Wallace. Sharpie.
Yeah. 5th round, that's a very solid pick.
That's a
Very
lot of
good pick.
secondary ball handlers without a primary ball handler, is all I'll say.
Cason Wallace is PG1. You gotta get off that.
If we're doing this vote in April, maybe.
We will be doing this in April again.
Fair enough.
There you go.
All right. Y'all have been clowning me all night. Y'all laugh at me, but I'm having a great time. I like my team, and I'm about to like my team even more after this pick. I've got 3 notorious chuckers on my team. I'm going to go and get even more rebounding. I'm going to go and get even more interior defense. Nobody is scoring on us in the paint when I take Jamarian Sharp, Western Kentucky, 7'5" and 7'4". That's the best front court in the country.
Let's go.
That's the best front court in the country.
I've done a 180 on Bradley's team. That team's fucking dope.
Nobody is scoring on us. Nobody.
So you have
We're winning games 35-33.
This is incredible. This is incredible content.
So you've got 3. I like the concept. You've got 3. You've got 3 shooters in Nigel Pack, Nick Smith, and Antonio Reeves. And then in the backcourt, you've got the front court. Sorry, you've got 2 7-footers in Jamarian Sharp and Zach Edey.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The only thing, the biggest thing that your starting lineup, if this is your starting lineup, lacks is athleticism.
You got length.
Yeah.
Bring it in the paint if you'd like. Bring it in the paint. See what happens.
There you go.
I love this. This is wonderful.
Oh my god!
I don't know what Connor just said, but I bet it was hilarious.
Oh,
Who's
man.
up?
This is great.
Dowell
This
is
me.
up.
I was trying to find the 3-headed dragon meme with all 3 goofy dragons, but 2 of them just being really tall. Oh man. Okay. Recap on mine. What I have: Mike Miles, Baylor Shireman, Cam Whitmore, Hunter Dickinson is my 5. That's right. Shit, that means I need a 4. I have way too many people on this. I would really like to get someone that stretches the floor a little bit. Ooh. Okay. This is going to be off the beaten path. This is just going to be putting you all on to someone that's going to be great. This is the best blocker of jump shots in the country. I'm going Deron Holmes
Ooh.
from Dayton to be my 4.
I love that pick. Love that pick. He was definitely on my cheat sheet here, but it didn't really work out with my 4 and 5. But I love Deron Holmes. I think he has a tremendous year for Dayton. Love his versatility, his athleticism. He's a wonderful pick. He'll pair great with Hunter Dickinson. With my 3, I'm gonna go with Arthur Kaluma from Creighton. I love Arthur Kaluma. I think he plays his way into the lottery this year. I think he even has a big enough year to where he can win the Big East Player of the Year. So I love the value I get here with Arthur Kaluma. And I'm going to finish mine off with a 6-man. I don't have any freshmen on my team. So I went completely different than I did last year. I think I went with like 3 or 4 freshmen last year on my team in the draft on the Courtside Connect podcast. But let's go with Brandon Miller from Alabama. I think he has a tremendous year. Love his versatility. I plug him in anywhere between the 3 and the 4 here with Kaluma and Jaquez. I've got 2 ball handlers in Hickman and Sasser. I don't really have to worry about a ball handler. My post is locked down with Baycott. Let me go ahead and get Brandon Miller here.
Hot take: Miller is going to be a higher pick than Nick Smith, in my opinion.
That's not a hot take at all. That's not a hot take at all.
You know who's getting all of Nick Smith's rebounds?
Why don't you inform us?
He's on the court for 20 minutes a game.
I'm sorry.
That's 2 for you, right? So
Yes,
back to me.
back to you, Dow.
Right. My 6-man is going to be someone that can play the 1 through the 4. That is Wyoming guards /4, sick human Hunter Maldonado.
Dowell,
Yes, my friends.
I hate you so much.
I love you too, Bradley. That means so much.
He was going to be the cherry on top of my team, but I'm forced to go now in a different direction. I had 4 players that I had narrowed this down to. Hunter Maldonado was one of them. Another one's not really a position of need for me. So I'm kind of knocked down. I've got to go with a point guard. Got all these shooters. Need somebody to get the ball to him. And this guy is a very good shooter in his own right. So I'm going to go ahead and finish out my team with Santiago Vescovi from Tennessee. Wow, no
You can have
reaction.
him.
Okay. Okay.
You can
I'll
have
take him.
No sweat off
Bradley,
my
I think
back.
the only thing correct that you said was that your team might only be scoring 35 points.
I'm having fun. I don't know about y'all. I'm having fun. This is great. I like my team.
Let's go.
Thank you. Thank
Let's
you,
go,
Mike.
Bradley. You got a
Let's
squad,
go.
bro.
Let's go. It's a squad.
You got a freaking squad.
We're getting all the rebounds, all the blocks,
And all the 3-pointers.
all the threes.
There you go.
Hey, just think about Zach Edey kicking it out to Antonio Reeves. Man, that's nuts. That's nuts. And you got Santiago Vescovi just kind of running around out there doing his Santiago Vescovi thing.
Yeah.
I'll do you one better. I can't believe I'm getting him in the 6th round. But potential ACC Freshman of the Year, Derek Lively, is going to be on my squad.
You can have him.
No. You know you wanted him on Kentucky. We all wanted him on Kentucky.
I did.
That is the first Duke player
Yeah, I know you did.
in this draft.
And I got him on a
Duke is just going to
discounted
be mid
rate
this year.
No. But I got him on a discounted rate. I have him. He could play the 4. He could play the 5 if you wanted to, obviously. And, he could pair next to Trace Jackson Davis. He could play really well with Keontae George. Give me Derek Lively, and that will round out my team. The other options I was looking at was either Chris Murray or LJ Cryer. Didn't want to go Baylor heavy, so I spread it out. Got most of the major conferences. I'm good. I'm going to win this thing at both the fan vote and both the fan vote and the actual fan track. So let's go.
Let's go then. Let's go.
All right. This draft did not go how I thought it was going to go, but that's all right. You got to improvise at times. I think I got a lot of talent.
You also have
I don't really have a freshman either. I'm going to take a guy that I think could end up in the top 5, top 6 of the draft if all things go to plan. If not, he's on my bench. I'm definitely going to need a shooter if we do another redraft and add a 7th player. I'm going to need a shooter the second time around. But for now, give me Dylan Mitchell, Texas. I think he's a great fit there.
That's a great wild card. Great wild card.
Not a bad pick.
I feel like my team last year is a lot like Mike's. I got a lot of positionless basketball, 2 through 4, with 1 ball handler and 1 true center. So we'll see how this goes. I'm interested to see.
So nobody went with either of the blue blood players in Derek Whitehead and Caleb Love. Caleb Love, I'm not so surprised about because of the inefficiency. Derek Whitehead, I'm not so surprised about because of the injury questions and all of that. But
he just joined this chat, Mike.
the main one, the main snub that I'm really kind of questioning is Jalen Wilson from Kansas. I figured he would definitely be picked.
Yeah.
I think that he probably has a really big year this year. He would be a perfect 4-man for somebody, especially Bradley's team here. He would be a perfect 4-man for Bradley.
Is he over 7 feet tall though? If not, he can't be in the front court.
He's got Shaq and Yao Ming down there in the post, so
that's why I wanted Maldonado, 6'7" point guard. That's nuts.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of fun with this, man. I had so much fun. I like my team in Hickman, Sasser, Kaluma, Heikes, Baycott, and Miller. Love the versatility. Love the shooting. Love the athleticism. Let's go.
Yeah.
Do we want to do a recap of who each person has?
Yeah. I'll do a recap of what everybody has. Matt Sak, Sack Daddy,
yes, sir.
a.k.a. the Kentucky Legend King, student section leader. You know who he is. He's got Adam Flagler. He's got Tristan Newman, Josiah Jordan James, Julian Strother, Oscar Sheboy, preseason player of the year and will be postseason player of the year. And the wild card in Dylan Mitchell at Texas will be a very versatile freshman wing for Texas, and I project a really big year. Connor has Keontae George, very well could be the freshman of the year in all of college basketball. Isaiah Wong, great shooter. Cason Wallace is just a wonderful X factor in his lineup. He could play really in his lineup anywhere between the 1 and the 3 if he wanted to go small. He can be a ball handler. He can be a shooter. He can be a great defensive specialist, whatever he wants him to be. Trace Jackson Davis there at the 4 or 5, and Drew Timme as well. And then Derek Lively there to do the rim protecting for his roster. Very, very well rounded out. Love his team. Bradley is the very fun lineup that we get to announce here. He has Nigel Pack playing the point guard, Nick Smith at the 2 or 3, whichever one he wants to do here, and Antonio Reeves at the 3, Jamarian Sharp at the 4, and Zach Edey at the 5, or whatever he wants to do there. I had a hard time positioning those 4 and 5, but he'll do what he wants to do. And then Santiago Vescovi coming in as the 6th man, putting up more shots in the crowded the backcourt. Dowell has Mike Miles playing the point guard. Love that pick. Baylor Shireman at the 2. Cam Whitmore, the versatile, athletic wing from Villanova at the 3. Deron Holmes from Baylor at the 4. Hunter Dickinson, very well could have been the Big Ten preseason player of the year, and Hunter Maldonado, who can play, like he said, with the 1 through the 4, whatever he chooses. I love that roster as well. I love all these rosters, actually. And then I have Nolan Hickman at my 1, Marcus Sasser at my 2 as a secondary ball handler, also just a great leader. Senior at Houston, going to be a really great team. Arthur Klum at the 3, Jaime Jaquez at the 4, Armando Bacot at the 5, and Brandon Miller as my 6th man. So that is the picks, that is the rosters, and this is your draft.
Let's talk about some of the snubs, shall we?
Yes.
I'm shocked Chris Murray didn't get taken.
I really was close to drafting Chris Murray.
Yes.
I was this close to drafting Chris. It was between him or Derek Lively, and I went defense over because I, just rather get defense there.
And with Deron Holmes for me.
Adama Sanogo.
Yeah.
Adama Sanogo is a big
Yes.
one too.
Kirk Risa.
My draft
If I
plan,
didn't get Drew Timme, I probably would have gone with Adama Sanogo.
yeah, my draft plan was to get a bunch of guards and get Sanogo in like the 5th or the 6th.
And
But
then your draft plan just
you can't pass on Oscar Sheboy. Can't pass on Oscar
then your
Sheboy.
draft plan just went straight to shit after the 2nd round.
I'm shocked 3 Creighton players went and Ryan Kalkbrenner wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was
That's
the
also
other
possible.
one? It was Baylor. It was
Maybe it was just 2.
Colomo.
Maybe just 2 then. But either way, I'm surprised Ryan Kalkbrenner was not taken.
Yes, Ryan Kalkbrenner is a big one, as well as Colin Castleton
Yeah.
from Florida.
Yeah, I was
No.
going to say Colin Castleton for sure.
How-
Quavion Smith,
y'all
I thought he was on my short list.
Y'all help me with this. How you pronounce this guy's name? Because I've always struggled with it. The big guy from Arizona, Azuelas
Tabulis.
Lewis?
Yes, I think that he has a really big year, along with his point guard and Kirk Risa. That they're going to have a fun little team to experiment with. A lot of new faces and new pieces, but
I'm surprised Max Asmus didn't go just because he gets buckets at Oral Roberts.
Yeah.
I thought about taking Castleton and run him at the 3, but that just wouldn't have been fair to everybody else.
Thanks for being easy, man.
That wouldn't have been fair to you, my friend.
That would have been a disaster, Bradley. That would have been worse than what you have now. Like,
We would have been
Yeah.
having fun,
yeah, no spacing.
averaging 35 blocks a game.
Yeah, they would have been real close. They would have just been hugging because no spacing on that team.
Who cares? They're all 7 feet. You don't need spacing. You don't need spacing when it's 5 Giannis's.
Bradley's offensive plan is literally just the game jackpot.
Yeah,
He just throws it up in the middle, and the tallest person goes and gets it.
Basically. I mean, try to stop it if you'd like.
Another name I thought. Another name I think was snubbed a little bit was Johan Traor or Johnny Broom from Auburn. Those are two players that I think that could have snuck in this draft, considering some of the other names that were taken. But there's only 30 players we could pick, so some people are going to get snubbed.
I thought CJ
Absolutely.
Frederick might go.
He and Damian Collins were the only Kentucky players I was considering outside of the two that were taken.
yeah. No, there were
Three that were
three
taken.
taken. There were three
Yeah.
Kentucky players taken. The three that were taken was Matt took Oscar Sheboy, obviously, and Connor
Reeves and
took Casey Wallace, and Bradley took Antonio Reeves. Those were the three. So Jacob Toppin didn't go. Severe Wheeler did not go. I would say those were the next two that would probably have been taken. But me and Dowell went kind of extravagant. We did not go with a single Kentucky player, and we just went with what we thought would fill our roster the best.
If you got to put someone that didn't get picked onto someone else's team, who would you pick? The reason I ask this is because I would absolutely put Wendell Green, or I would put Katie Johnson on Connor's team just because he loves Katie Johnson so much.
I want to put Wendell Green on Bradley's team.
Hey, if I've got a team full of chuckers, I deserve Katie Johnson.
Yeah. There were a lot of wings that weren't taken. For example, like I already said, Jalen Wilson, but another big one is Timmy Allen at Texas. We said Chris Murray, Terrence Shannon at Illinois, Kevin McCullough at Kansas, Harrison Ingram at Stanford, Jalen Gardner at Villanova. He's more of a post guy, but he's only 6'6", so who knows what they're doing over there. DeAndre Williams, Memphis. There were a whole lot of wings that weren't taken, but I think we kind of went guard and big heavy, and I kind of like that construction anyway.
I went very wing heavy just because guards got taken on me. I was really close to taking David Jones of St. John's, the transfer from DePaul.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure how he fit.
Posh Alexander was also someone that I very much considered. I think he's going to be the Big East Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
To answer your question,
As well
Dell,
as the
I was
other.
going to add, what's his name, from Rutgers, Cliff Omarui to Bradley's team just to complete the just wingspan, there, obviously.
Rebound. Future Kentucky Wildcat, by the way.
Yeah.
He's a cat!
Now, another name I thought was kind of snubbed was Gigi Jackson, just because he's going to get he's like a great value brand, Anthony Edwards, for South Carolina there. So he's going to get that same treatment, just a really good player on a bad team. Obviously, he's not Anthony Edwards level, but he's going to be really good for South Carolina overall.
Kendrick Davis is going to have a really big year for Memphis. He's going to put up 20 points per game. He's a big shot taker. But there was one player taken in last year's draft that was not taken in this year's draft, and I figured that I would make that known to this podcast, and that is, and I want to get y'all's opinions on this guy. He's returning at Texas. He was projected to be the number one transfer last year in the transfer portal over the likes of like Oscar Tshiebwe and a lot of other guys. But Marcus Carr, he was I'm pretty sure he was the first or second round pick last year in the draft over at Courtside Connect, and he was not picked this year, and I thought that was really interesting.
Is he even going to start for Texas?
Do what?
Is he even going to start for Texas?
Yeah.
He'll start at the 2 probably.
Yeah, he'll probably start at the 2.
Hunter.
Beside of Tyrese Hunter, who was another snub.
Yeah.
I thought when you said a guy that was picked that wasn't picked this year, I thought you were going with a certain Eastern Michigan transfer.
Yeah.
Oh.
One thing I was going to say, if anybody took G.G. Jackson, it would have been the Imani Bates of this year's draft.
Gigi is going to have a big year for South Carolina, but they're going to finish last in the SEC. So he's just a very easily forgettable player.
Can I switch a pick?
Connor, can he switch a pick here on your podcast?
Let's vote on it. Let's vote on it.
I vote yes. Everyone raise their hand for yes.
No, you got to tell us
I think
the
it-
pick, and then we
I
vote.
think it depends what round.
Yes, we vote retroactively.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, no.
you got to tell us the pick, then we vote.
I say we need to vote ahead of time or not. No, I will never tell you the pick unless I get to say
You give
it.
me Oscar, that's
You
what
gotta
it
vote.
is.
You got to tell us.
He's not above 6 foot. He's not above 7 foot. Bob.
Honorary.
I vote
He plays like he's 8'12".
Personally, okay.
No,
let's
here's the thing: is Matt is switching his pick for Oscar Tshiebwe for Devin Askew because we know how Matt feels about Devin Askew.
Let's give him one more year.
Devin Askew haters.
Next Emmanuel quickly.
Cow.
Next Emmanuel quickly.
Okay, what is it, Matt? What's your?
No, it's okay. Well, I don't want to say it because I might have to pick him if we do
vote.
a redraft.
Let's vote. Let's vote first. Connor.
I say yes.
Connor, you vote.
You get the number one pick in the redraft, so it doesn't matter. We go with the same order.
No, we did it by reverse standings last year. It's like a
Oh, did
lottery
we?
style. If you suck, you get the
Yeah, because I got the top
What do
pick.
you think we're-
Oh
You
no,
wanna tell me we
Connor.
get tanked in this?
Connor got the top pick because he took Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't
That
say
was a
we
good
get
pick,
tanked
too.
during this.
That was my strategy all along.
Bradley's on to
Big
something.
brain.
He's
I get
thinking.
Wembanyama. He's 7'5".
Oh,
He
my
fits on my
God.
team.
He's running the point. He's running the point for your team.
Me and Dowell,
He's a
same
great
wavelength.
value bull if we're being honest.
Yeah. So
No, you got to tell us your
I
pick.
feel
Matt.
like because I
You're either
I
going
feel
to
like
take
'cause
him
I had the
later or
last
you're going to
pick
do
in the
that.
draft. I literally just I could. Well, we have to take a vote on it.
I'm no.
Connor, where are you at?
If I don't get to hear it ahead of time, then it's no.
Oh, Bradley.
I'm in the same boat with Connor. Either tell us
I vote-
ahead of time or
All right, that's
I
fine.
vote yes.
That's okay.
This is
We're outnumbered, Mike. It's 2-3.
This is great podcast content. I think we should give him just one exchange. I'm not changing any of my picks. I'm solid with my team, but I'm definitely open to give him a switch up
That's all right.
before we make this solid.
I'm outvoted.
Okay.
That's right. You don't get to hear my player.
No. Here we go. Just go ahead and your maker switch because you're not beating my team anyway, so it's okay.
Yes. All right. Okay. So you know what? I really like Tristan Newton.
Who?
Newton. I think he's going to be a great player. Tristan
Who?
Newton.
You're not changing your last pick?
No. Well, I can. It doesn't matter. I'm going to move things around anyways.
This is bad.
Dude, does it need to be my last pick?
No,
No,
it doesn't.
No.
Go ahead.
you reached.
Did
for
anyone want to take Tristan
anyway,
Newton if he was
I
still
didn't
on
know
the
he
board?
existed before you said his name. Okay.
Part of the drafting strategy is that you have to be ready and prepared. And if you mess up and take,
That's why we
Connor-
voted. I asked. I'm not saying I am entitled to this player.
Let's let him do it, Dowell. I'll change my vote. I'll let him do it.
Boo!
All right.
Protest.
Okay. All right. So, Tristan Newton, Sadly, you're off my team. All right.
Y'all are letting the guy with Oscar Tshiebwe, who's already going to win
I'm still
the vote.
not convinced Tristan Newton is a real person.
Adam Flagler.
He's going to win the fan vote. Who cares about the fan vote? You know who cares about it? The person with the most followers, which is also him. So
Mike has more followers than me, actually. Mike beat me in the fan vote
I'm
last
going to
year.
recruit all of
And I had
Western
Oscar.
Kentucky to vote for my team. I got Jamarian
I'm gonna
Sharp.
get some-
Good, you should. Anyways,
all three
Tristan
of them.
Newton, he's no longer my shooting guard. Tristan Newton's no longer my shooting guard. Adam Flagler's my new shooting guard. My starting point guard is Eric Gaines of UAB. The biggest snub of the
We
draft.
won that because he didn't even
He's on
take
my
the best
team now.
player from UAB.
That's fine. I don't want him. I want Eric Gaines.
Okay,
It was
you
see,
can
it wasn't
have
even that big of a
Because
pick.
of
You just
one
have to get over
Twitter
it.
video.
Come on.
No, I said we should get him when he went in the portal.
Oh, me too. I thought he was a cat, but
My brother in Christ, Jordan Walker,
Cal
is
said
the
otherwise.
best player on UAB. So, yeah, we'll
That's
let
fine.
you
He
switch
doesn't fit
that.
my
That's
team.
fine.
Thank you. Thank you.
Connor, he has the best nickname in college basketball. We address him
Jelly.
as Jelly Walker.
Yes, Jelly. Yes.
He's a hell of a player, and he will be better because he plays next to Eric Gaines.
actually, I want to swap Zach Edey for Kareem Watkins.
The best dunker in college
Oh.
basketball.
I'm just kidding. I don't want to do that.
All right. As we wrap
Tristan
things up
Newton's
here,
going
I
to be like
do
a
want
26-point per
to.
game scorer now.
True. Yeah, but as we wrap things up here, I do want to just talk about real quick. I had this thought today as I saw, or yesterday, as he committed. Mikey Williams will be the next Imani Bates to, he will, committed to Memphis, super hyped out of high school, not going to be as good in college. And yeah, there we go. That's my last call. Give me your last calls for tonight, guys.
I'll stay.
His future teammate, J.J. Taylor, is also the next Amani Bates.
I'll stay on the Memphis and actually the Mikey Williams train. Instead of saying he's the next Imani Bates, Mikey Williams is the next Shaden Sharp. He's not even going to suit up for Memphis.
Wow.
Suck it, Penny.
If there's a next Shaden Sharp, and Kentucky fans don't want to hear this, his name is not Mikey Williams. It is Robert Dillingham. But I digress.
Oh,
My last call is that the biggest snub of the draft because of his his veteranship, the oldest player in college basketball sticking on the Memphis train
Perry Ellis.
is DeAndre Williams.
He's 45. He's older
the
than Penny.
The wing at Memphis. Man, he definitely should have been on a team. Just kidding. Definitely serves its piece here. And DeAndre Williams, man, 28. Is it? He's 26. 27 years old.
26.
I'm a
Yeah,
year.
he's
I'm a
26
year older
years old.
than DeAndre Williams.
Yeah,
That's the
I'm
sad
3
fact.
years older, but we won't talk about my age. But anyways, DeAndre Williams, man, bro, you're 26 years old. What are you doing in college basketball?
Getting buckets is what he's doing.
He's
And
the
collecting
Billy
his
Madison
Social Security
of college
check.
basketball.
Shout out Evansville.
Oh, I love it.
I love when Connor says stuff that he thinks is funny and laughs to himself. It
That's so
makes it
freaking
infinitely
funny.
funnier.
I'm gonna Photoshop DeAndre Williams' face onto Billy Madison and the kids in the kindergarten class, and he's just the.
We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna Photoshop Bradley's team into the elf
Yes.
classroom where Buddy the Elf is way
Yes.
bigger than everyone else.
Yes. Try to get a rebound.
My last call is someone that I actually had on my list that we haven't talked about yet, but that's freshman Baba Miller at Florida State. is going to be out for like all of non-conference and some of the conference schedule because they apparently like paid for him to fly from wherever he's from,
Spain.
Overseas.
Spain.
Yeah, he's from Spain. To fly from Spain to the United States, and he is now out, and like we're letting guys get millions of dollars in NIL money, but somehow he still isn't able to be like eligible. The NCAA is stupid, and it sucks that we're not going to get to see him play because he will actually be really good this year on a fun Florida State team. I don't know. The NCAA is dumb.
It is dumb. The worst that he paid back the money that he was granted in order to fly to the United States, in order to attend a training camp, like just a training camp here in the United States, in order to give more exposure to him to be recruited. That flight was paid for. I think the flight and all the expenses was like $3,000. His family paid it back. And they still hammer him with a 16-game suspension. What are we doing, NCAA? Like, what are we doing? These guys, these high schoolers, they don't really. First of all, they don't really have the background and the tutor, anybody to let them know what is right and what is wrong, especially a foreign player. How do you tell a guy like that this is wrong, this is against the rules, you can't do this? And then, he finds out that it's not legal according to the NCAA. His family pays the money back, and they still hammer him with a suspension that keeps him out half of the year. He's probably going to end up a first-round draft pick. I hate it for the guy. Very, very solid young man. That's just awful.
Super dumb.
All right, well, if we don't have any other last calls, then we'll wrap this thing up because we're going on over an hour now. So, this has been super fun. Make sure you go check out the Courtside Connect podcast. Make sure you guys follow along on Twitter. We will be posting the teams where you can do the fan vote, but we're also doing the fan tracks to make sure that the actual best team wins. And then, this is going to be really fun. Obviously, the season starts. This is Sunday night, so you're listening to this Monday morning. Season starts tonight, so get ready for that. We're going to have a double episode Monday for you, so good luck listening to that and all our shenanigans, and look out for all the memes this week. Can't wait for you guys to check it out. So this has been super fun. Guys, do you have any other thoughts before we head out here?
My team has Oscar Tshiebwe, and no one else's does.
Kenny Payne lost all those games.
My team has a lot of versatility, multiple ball handlers, a lot of athleticism, and one of the best rebounders in the country, not named Oscar Tshiebwe, and scoring. So definitely choose me. I love the construction of my roster. You should too. Let's get freaky.
Danny Manning lost those games. It wasn't Kenny Payne.
If we're talking freaky, I obviously win this thing. I mean, what are we talking about, Mike?
Well,
yeah. Fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Fair enough. So, all right. Well, this has been super fun. We appreciate you guys listening. Make sure you go check us out on Instagram and TikTok at Beers and Buckets Pod. Make sure you go follow along on all of these guys' socials. I don't remember all of them at the top of my head, but I'm going to tag them in the episode. So go look it up on Twitter. And this is going to be a really fun episode. Make sure you guys check it out. And if you listened to this far, thank you for listening because you put up with our BS, and we appreciate that. So you guys have a fantastic evening, and we will catch you all in the next episode on week 2 of the college basketball season. So you guys take care.
Let's go!